What's up, folks? Welcome back to the Fight Team YouTube. Just Robbie and I today, and we are going to be sorting out this welterweight situation because there's a lot going on, a lot going down. Another big welterweight event on Showcase this weekend with Ian Garry against Bilal, and that sort of determines the matchmaking that we're going to talk about. So I think it's safe to assume we can talk about this assuming Ian Garry wins, because I feel like that's more winning.
Yeah, definitely.
But we can do a what if Bilal happens to pull it off. But
Yeah.
I think let's start off by saying who do you think's next for Islam? What's the next championship?
Sure. I mean, pre this Garry Bilal fight, obviously you'd think that is also like a #1 contender, but like about 3 different #1 contender fights happened recently, so it's like so hard to pick. I think they're gonna have to upset. There are gonna be a lot of upset welterweights, definitely. There are guys who will say that they deserve it, and probably in any other division you would argue, yeah, sure, why not? Like Michael Morales being 17-0 finishes, beating everyone, undefeated, like 3rd in the rankings. But then like you can argue for Prates as well, getting on over for that finish over Leon. So honestly, there are too many, and you've got Shavkat sitting on the side. I mean, you even look at it like, obviously JDM's not getting an immediate one, but he is still like, again, a #1 contender up there. So
he'll have to, I think now. So I think Ian Garry, if he beats Bilal, no question, should get the title shot. He beat Carlos Prates. He's
undefeated.
Distance and took rounds off Shavkat. Not
undefeated. Yeah,
the thing is he took rounds off Shavkat, who was the #1 contender, and Ian Garry's been more active than him.
Yeah,
and so
Shavkat has been lapped.
Yeah, so if Ian Garry beats Bilal, for me it's a no-brainer. He should get it, and it will make sense timeline-wise, because obviously Islam just fought, Ian Garry just fought, so they'll both take a bit of a break. So that is what makes the most sense. If Ian Garry loses, that is where it becomes interesting, because Bilal won't get a title shot, I don't think, if he beats Ian Garry.
He's definitely going to ask for one.
Yeah, he might ask for one, but I think if Ian Garry loses and Shavkat still doesn't return in time, I think Michael Morales might get it. I think so.
I think it's whoever is easiest to deal with the UFC. If the UFC tell them, listen, Islam in Abu Dhabi, like March, are you taking that? Like, even if you're not ready, like Prates will, no matter what.
And then
you'd hope Morales would.
Yeah, so I'm looking at the rankings now, and you have 3, 4, and 5 is Morales, Shavkat, and Prates.
Yeah.
So I am thinking putting Prates potentially against Shavkat could be a fucking banger.
Yeah, but that's the thing, is Shavkat not like injured at the moment and still injured?
Well, he's been injured for like a year and a half or something, so it's like surely he's coming back soon. But then what if you did Morales against Prates? Because that would be fire.
I mean, no, literally, like all the matchups could be like insane. Like I want to see Usman against one of them, like old generation versus new gen. I want to see that, even though, because Usman did beat Buckley, so you know he has that. But that was the one thing. Yeah, I actually had forgotten like that Usman had fought like pretty recently and actually gotten a win and everything. Like I was surprised. He's ranked 8, which is quite crazy.
What do you think about a Usman versus JDM? Is JDM too high ranked to fight Usman at #1 now?
No, well, the thing is, Usman is one of those guys where it doesn't really matter about the rank. Like he was the welterweight almost GOAT at a point. Like he was getting there, and he's still probably the biggest name in the division, like from what he's done in the past. So I genuinely think like, what if he had one more win, he would get a title shot. Like, but
I think it makes sense for Usman against JDM in terms of super fight, in a sense of the old gen versus the new gen, former champ, and
both former champs.
Usman needs a fight up there in the rankings, and I think everyone else is going to be pretty booked up. Because
Usman Shavkat is not a bad one. That's been always a fight that's meant to happen.
That makes sense as well. Shavkat returning from a long ass layover,
and now Usman being older and everything.
Coming with a win against Buckley, Shavkat needing a win to prove he can fight for the title again. I think that makes sense, Shavkat versus Usman, and I think that'd be a cool matchup as well.
It would be
A fun
my
start.
My thing is with all these matchups, I look at it like, say the Jalkin Buckley Usman fight. The worst case scenario ever would have been Buckley winning there, because right now we'd have a situation where Buckley could be facing Islam next, and in my opinion, those matchups are such a waste of time. Because what the hell does Buckley have for like Islam? And there's quite a few fighters that you think like that, in my opinion. Like, I know Michael Morales seems like great and everything, but I mean, what is stopping Islam from just picking him up, putting him on the ground? And
dude, because I mean, Michael Morales, like in quite a few of his last fights prior to this one against Sean Brady, he has been taken down, and he's gotten up, but Islam doesn't let you back up.
No.
Like we've seen how many times now, Dagestan wrestling is different. Like
that's why when I'm looking at all the fighters, like the ones I'm interested is, okay, Shavkat, if he comes back and slowly hype builds around him, like that's always something that's been talked about, was Shavkat like against whatever the champ there.
Yeah.
And then Usman would be cool against Islam because we all know he has the wrestling to deal with it. I think Islam is still probably the better wrestler, but like I think it might end up being a stand-up fight. And then Ian Gary as well. I think those are my three where they actually look like they can maybe do something to Islam.
So what was that? Ian Gary, Shavkat, and Usman, you think of the best? I agree, bro, because I think we've seen with Ian Gary, like even he tries to mix in some wrestling. He's not the best at it.
But like Ian Gary definitely, like, he can.
Not that part of his game.
Yeah.
But, I think from those three, it's tough because Usman's getting old, but I almost think he has the best chance against Islam.
Yeah, I just think it's slightly better than the Prates Morales routes. Because I mean, what does Prates like? Okay, Prates could catch Islam, definitely he could, but Islam's fight IQ is way, and Khabib's going to be in the corner saying, "Do not even stand with him for 1 second." Those guys actually, I realize they don't care too much about making the entertaining fight and doing what they want to win. They literally are winning every single time. They just
want to win. They want to just show that the most dominant, no one can beat them. And I agree with you, bro. Like Islam's too smart against Prates, like or Morales. Like he's not going to get caught with that power.
He's not going to test them to be like, okay, I want to test myself in this round. He's just going to grab them, and actually he will look for a finish, to be fair, like a sub, but he's not.
Probably, bro. And I think Prates and Morales probably don't necessarily have the greatest sub defense because it hasn't really been tested. So you don't know how they deal with it. But then again, JDM had great submission defense. Yeah.
And I just remember Gary almost submitted Shavkat.
Yeah, in the rounds, he had him in the rear naked there. So I think, I think Ian Gary will get past Bilal. I just think Bilal doesn't have anything for Ian Gary. He lost to JDM. He's one fight older now. Like I just don't see any threat, especially over 3 rounds. Like Ian Gary's cardio will hold up for 3 rounds. It dipped in the 5th against Prates, but I think a 3-rounder he'll be chilled.
No, it's interesting because you look at the welterweight rankings and you look and you go, okay, who is the best wrestler possible to go up against Islam? And I'm looking, number 13 ranked. He looks like he can do a challenge. Colby Chaos Covington could certainly pose a wrestling challenge to Islam. That's all I'm saying.
I think Colby would get finished in 1.
When last did Colby fight?
He fought Masvidal, wasn't it? That his last one?
No. Can't be. Colby Masvidal was like 4 years ago.
Dude, Colby doesn't fight, bro.
No, he fought. He lost to someone. He fought in 296. I remember.
He fought Buckley, maybe.
He fought Edwards 296. But then he also got KO'd by Buckley.
Yeah.
But then yes, Masvidal in 2022.
Is that his last fight?
Well, no. In 2022, then he fought Edwards for the belt at 296 in 2023, and then last year December he fought Buckley.
Yeah. Oh my god, no, he's Colby's done, bro. Colby's about to take on an unranked prospect as his next fight, or he's not fighting. That's his part.
And just in my opinion, you can't talk about the belt in the men's Premier Division without the just one little mention
of chaos. And who does So now here's another interesting one, dude, because now we've got a surging Gabriel Bonfim who just beat Randy Brown at number 11 ranked.
So that's the thing. Most of the time in the other divisions, you look and they are actually contenders outside the division, which you look at and be like, you know what, they only need like one big win and then they're there. Welterweights, you don't even have time to look outside or at the bottom because there are too many at the top. So
it's crazy how I think what makes it such a hard division is how active everyone is, bro. Like if you look at everyone besides for Shavkat, they are fighting consistently and they're winning and they're getting their name in the hat for title picture.
I mean, Bonfim has fought 3 times this year. He's fought, he's fought that, is it Carl Williams? He's
Chaos Williams, subbed him.
Yeah.
And it was Wonderboy, eh?
Then he beat Wonderboy. Okay, it was split decision, but
it was an iffy decision, but he still beat
Wonderboy. And then he KO'd Randy Brown.
I think a good matchup for him next could either be someone like a Sean Brady coming off a loss at number 7 ranked. You could even give him Usman, but I doubt Usman would want to fight below after just beating
Bonfim Buckley, probably 10 and 11 rank. They're both coming off, Buckley coming off a loss, whatever. But no, Usman, I promise you right now, Usman is a guy who does not fight below in the division.
Yeah, he's earned his stripes to be like, listen, I just beat the number 10 ranked guy. I'm not going to fight number 11.
I
think even if a loser of Bilal Muhammad, Ian Gary fight, something like that.
Yeah, that kind of fight is, I don't know what Leon Edwards is planning anymore in this division. I don't know if he wants to try again, but yeah, I mean, you can also look at Leon like going up against any of the losers at the top. Same, I think that's how you got to rank it, is the guys that are fighting for the belt. Then the losers of those matchups now must fight the guys at the bottom, and then coming up. And
I think Sean Brady should be fighting someone like Gabriel Bonfim, number 7 ranked against number 11, giving Bonfim a chance to crack into the top 10 makes sense to me. But then you've got these oaks at the bottom: Burns, Covington, Jeff Neal, and D-Rod. Those are gatekeepers. Like they were just waiting to fight unranked oaks and see
if those oaks are either going to be replaced soon. I mean, I was just looking now, like Wonderboy isn't actually even on here anymore. Like he's an unranked oak now. So these oaks, their time is coming, I think.
It's actually crazy how stacked welterweight is at the top with young prospects. Like it's the old gen, besides for Bilal and like Usman, the old gen are.
No, I mean, literally, like the Sean Brady's, Usman's, Leon's, like Bilal, all of them are getting replaced now. I think it's sick.
Crazy, but Sean Brady, after that loss, is now entering towards gatekeeper status after becoming.
That's the thing is, he had literally never lost, only to Bilal, and he actually, I always thought he's the one who actually got pretty unfairly done by that. He's actually never gotten his contender fights. I mean, to be fair, he did just get it, and I mean, he got it.
I mean, the problem is if he'd won that fight, he obviously would have been fighting for the belt. But the problem is he took the risk and he got knocked the fuck out. So now, now he's done for.
But that's the thing is, you feel bad for him because he could have sat around and waited for an easier fight. But he's a dog. He took that 16.
You gotta respect him.
Yeah.
But it's crazy, bro, because I feel like you have Morales, Prates, Shavkat, Gary all calling for title shots now. And I think if you put it logically, Ian Gary's first, especially if he gets a win over Bilal. I reckon he's next.
Yeah.
Then you have
Prates, probably.
Well, Morales is now ranked above him.
My one thing is now Prates. Obviously, okay, his star power is huge, and he only knocks people out. His only loss has been that, right? And it was a very close fight. So you're looking at it
UFC is to Ian Gary.
So Gary's only loss was a close one, Shavkat, and then Prates is in a similar position. But I think you obviously do go Gary because Gary has got that win over Prates. So
dude, I think you've got to go Prates versus Shavkat, and Morales kind of waits in that limbo and sees
Morales, JDM, just do one of that. One of these guys must maybe just fight Jack.
Honestly, yeah. I think especially if Ian Gary gets the next title shot, Morales, JDM, Prates, Shavkat, those are 2 good matchups, and you can kind of see what happens. But the problem is then if Prates and Morales both win again, now you go, well, who the hell gets the title shot?
Now what? Yeah, you got to almost line them up against each other to not make a clear contender. But
I think
sure.
Morales will get the shot before Prates, just purely because he's ranked higher and he's undefeated.
Yeah,
And
that's fine.
he beat Sean Brady was like number 1 or 2 on the rankings.
Yeah, he was literally.
So, he might have been 3 because Morales is now 3. So he might have
No,
taken.
he was 2. Brady was 2.
Oh, was he?
Dropped 5 places. Yeah.
Oh, and then JDM dropped down.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. So I think what makes the most sense is for Prates and Shavkat to fight, because that would be a banger, honestly. Shavkat coming off a long layover against an active knockout machine like Prates, very interesting fight.
But sure, that's also another thing when you're looking at it. It's all matchups that are hard to predict. Like, what would you go with if it was Morales Prates or Morales
Prates is a coin toss. Like,
no, completely. And then if you did like Shavkat Prates, you wouldn't know what to do really either there.
Well, the problem is like Morales had his test against a grappler in Brady and he passed with flying colors. Prates had a bit of trouble in the first round and then, entered flow state in the second.
I mean,
so
trouble from Leon Edwards in the grappling front.
Doesn't look great.
Trouble, yeah.
But this thing is you could see it going a similar way with Shavkat. He wrestles Prates in the first round and
and
then
he
all of a
wrestled
sudden,
Gary. Yeah.
That left hand down the pipe lands and it's lights out. Welterweight right now has gone from being a weird division in the last year to suddenly one of the most exciting.
I've always said it's the men's premier division. There is no way around it. I mean, Islam coming up to it. I don't even think this division needed Islam, to be honest, at all.
No,
it didn't.
He made it almost harder for himself moving up to this division.
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, if you look, I literally have the lightweight division next to it. The lightweight division actually looks like a bunch of cans compared to the welterweights.
There hasn't been any top level matchups at the moment in lightweight.
No, because all of them are still sitting there, and it's the same breed of oaks from 5 years ago. They've all fought each other, and they're all just still. But the problem is, they're all actually very good, so they keep winning.
But I feel like that's the difference between lightweight and welterweight. Is I feel like these younger welterweight oaks are keen to fight anyone, bro. Whereas these lightweight oaks get one big fight and they have all the star power and they go, cool, I can just sit on my win and wait.
The Oliveira's, Holloways, and Gaethjes and Poiriers back then, they just beat every contender that came up to them. Fiziev, Saint Denis.
Literally.
They couldn't get past them. So
it's gonna be great for the lightweight division when Gaethje finally retires and those oaks and Oliveira finally retires, because it's just at the end of the day, they're getting paid a shit ton of money to fight, and they are super inactive because they had long careers.
Yeah, you bleak because you're who's going to replace those names? But you wouldn't have known who would have replaced the welterweights a year and a half ago. Yeah. But all of a sudden,
we've entered such a good era. We've gone from the top ranking being Bilal and Leon and Usman and Buckley and Gilbert Burns and all those oaks. And now
even though JDM is a sick good fighter, he's not much star power. Not even star power, but it's it isn't really the champion,
Morales and Prates and Gary, even though Ian Gary is a schmuck and not many oaks like him that much, still star power. You're keen to see Ian Gary fight. Yeah. Shavkat had insane star power until he took such a long layover off.
For me, I really want to see Gary win this weekend because I'd love to see Gary Islam, just because Dagestan Island again. That's kind of running it back as much as you can, as close as well.
I honestly, and I think it's always so tough because every time these oaks are matched up against these Dagestanis, you think, oh, this guy's got the best chance and blah, blah, blah. And then they go out there and it's the same thing every time.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think Ian Gary does have a pretty decent chance against Islam. But dude, I don't know. It seems like these Dagestanis, they make oaks just so ass. They just get them down. And
I'm staring at Khamzat next to me. Next to Islam there on the roster. And it's also who's beating that oak ever? Because I would have thought Dricus could have. So.
Dude, who is even? Who's next? Are you looking at the rankings there for middleweight?
Well, I just have all the rankings. Yeah,
what's the top of middleweight right now?
Dricus 1, Imavov 2, Strickland 3, Fluffy 4, Brendan Allen 5, Izzy 6, Chao Borrado 7. Then I would say RDR, but he just got like almost project. And then everyone else below that are the washed, like Whitaker, Venom Page, Cannonier, Delite, Costa, Vittori. So middleweight actually looks kind of cuck right now.
Dude, honestly, like it's looking like someone like Brendan Allen's gonna have the best chance against Howzit.
like Ty Borrallo, like, or yeah.
Because Imavov is so good, but I mean, I think he'll just get destroyed on the ground when it comes to Howzit.
Like, it's still bad, but even it's bad when the one guy who literally got like 50-45, Dricus du Plessis, is still, in my opinion, the one oak that could maybe do it. Even though
that's the thing is, you look at it and you go, none of these oaks beat Dricus. So how are they going to beat Howzit?
Yeah, well, that's what I don't know. Dricus must make a plan.
Oh my goodness, he must take a 2-year layover now and just wrestle. That's all he must do.
Yeah, just 2-3 year Dagestan. Just try it.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, no, dude, I'm keen to see the how the landscape of welterweight plays out now with all these matchups. Like we are going to be in for some absolute bangers. The men's Premier Division is back. It is back. Yeah. And hopefully heavyweight can get there as well, because that is the men's Premier Division technically is heavyweight, but these days we just got a whole bunch of blobs running around.
I'm pretty sure if you go in the heavyweight division, you have your UFC debut and you win, I think you're a top 10 immediately. I think that's how it works. Yeah,
dude, did you see? I think I don't know if it's confirmed yet, but Shamil Gaziev was supposed to fight Sergey Spivak this weekend, and I think Spivak pulled out, and Cortez Acosta is fighting him now. Like he said he'd take it on short notice.
So what? Spivak's fighting Costa?
No, Shamil Gaziev's fighting Costa.
Oh, okay.
It's crazy from Costa though, bro. He like just fought.
Yeah, I mean, he's ranked 6 right now, and
if he knocks out Gaziev on short notice, he could get the title shot after Cyril and Aspinall. Like,
geez, that fight is so annoying because the division can't move forward until that fight.
But like, surely and the problem is the only like you don't know when they'll rebook it because they have to wait for a big like time in the calendar to make it a big event again.
Yeah. No,
and obviously there's no more pay-per-views for the year. Last one's in December, but yeah.
Gone Aspinall is like the perfect fight for the UFC London or Paris cards, so they almost probably want to wait for something like that. But
you can't wait another 6 months to book this fight.
No, you can't. And also, this one should have been booked almost immediately. I mean, all it was an eye. I'm sure Aspinall's eye is fine now.
Yeah, like surely. But the problem is now they're not going to put it on any fight night, and then UFC 323 already has all its fights. So it's like we have to wait. And first pay-per-view of next year will probably be Taporia. So maybe they put them on that card, but who knows, dude? Who knows?
Oh, very tough at the moment, Flip. And then even Hooker, Saryukin this weekend. I'm a massive Hooker fan this weekend. I don't like.
Let's save that. Let's save that for tomorrow. For tomorrow, we'll chat about that more to cut this video so it doesn't go on for too long. But I'm very, very flipping keen to see what happens with these welterweight matchups. And it all starts with this weekend. We'll chat more about Gary Bilal, but I think we both know where our opinions are heading there. For the most part.
I'm never picking Bilal again in my life. So I think if they booked Covington Bilal tomorrow, I would say Colby. I would have to. But yeah, Ian, I really actually want to see a KO. I really want to see like Ian, because if Ian Gary like does an insane KO, guaranteed, like that is how he gets his title shots.
100%.
If he actually has a snooze fest and it's almost like a split, like
they could skip him.
They could just go, you know what, you don't do it. Like Prates and Morales, like Prates and Morales KO'd Brady and Edwards. Those were the contenders like half a year ago. So you know what, get out of here.
Realistic, like Morales could skip him 100%. Yeah. If Ian Gary loses or puts on a stinker of a performance, Morales could skip him big time.
My worst thing is if Bilal gets a decision win, then he's on the mic. But also that was my one confusion is Bilal and Islam kind of being half teammates, but they have said in the past that they don't care, they will fight each other. So
yeah, but I don't even know if it'll get to that, bro. I don't see Bilal fighting for a title.
I mean, look, he was champ. He was champ, you know.
That's crazy still, bro.
Yeah.
You know, Folks out here calling JDM the worst champ ever, even though he beat Bilal. What kind of sense does that make, bro?
No, Bilal, yeah, you can't, you would have to say Bilal's the worst champ. Also, because Leon has not won since, so.
Yeah.
And Leon also got dumped on his neck by Bilal, so.
Yeah. But anyways, bro,
Yeah.
thank you for joining me and chatting about this. This was very lekker. To those of you watching, thank you for watching. Tomorrow, podcast app will be out chatting about UFC Qatar this weekend. It's 5 p.m. prelim start, Saturday. Absolute quality. 8 p.m. main card.
Hopefully I'm not drinking that night and I can actually watch for once, but we'll see.
I wouldn't be so sure,
Yeah, I know. I think it's Jaren's birthday.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, anyways, bro, thanks so much. Check you in the next one.